lots of alcohol, lots of food, and I was gaining weight, I wasn't sleeping, and I knew I needed something to focus on. I kept hearing about a program called P90X, so I ordered it off the Beachbody website, and I committed to doing that program. I loved it. I did it for a whole year, well over 3 rounds, and I was very uncoachable. I did not respond to the coach I was assigned to, and at the end of that year, I finally took pictures, and I knew I had gotten strong. I did a lot of push-ups, a couple pull-ups, but I didn't quite look like Drea Weber. And I was like, what? I didn't know what I was missing. So I reached out to a girl on Facebook that I went to high school with. We were friends, and she was a Beachbody coach. And I said, I did this program for a year. I did not look like Drea Weber. What did I do wrong? What am I missing? And she said, well, did you follow the nutritional guide? And I said, no. And she said, well, I'm going to help you with that. So she put me in a support group, and it was amazing. Motivation, inspiration. I saw these women having incredible results. They were drinking Shakeology. I ordered my first bag, sent it back, and I just was uneducated. Again, I was pretty uncoachable. I thought I could just go get a powder in the grocery store. But I stayed in the group and I loved it, and I kept seeing these women have great results on Shakeology. So I tried again, got a different flavor, and at that point I was doing Shelly Extreme. I lost these 20 pounds that I've been trying to lose for 20 years, over 10% body fat, and I felt amazing. People were starting to notice, and I was home free pretty much. I felt so good. I wasn't giving up on myself. And then my coach's coach, Tina Buzzo, reached out to me and asked if I'd ever considered to be a coach, and I hadn't. She said, you'll get a 25% discount, and you're helping people in the group, you're encouraging, you've had great results. And I really liked that word coach. I thought that it entitled me to help people. It also let them know they could trust me. And I signed up as a coach, and then the following month, my mom had been sick for a while. She had every lifestyle disease you can imagine. She was 64 years old. She contracted a infection that she could not fight, and she died very quickly of gangrene sepsis. It was extremely hard to watch and witness and go through. It was devastating, but it was also very pivotal for me. And I realized at that time that her future would be my future if I did not stay on this path of health and wellness. And I vowed at that point, decided, committed to letting people know that lifestyle diseases not only could be preventable, but they could be overcome.
Okay, so as you continued in your coaching journey, you've had a couple of challenges and things you've had to overcome. Why don't we talk about that?
Yeah, so in 2012, I started my first official challenge group, and I quickly became an Emerald coach. I hit Success Club 10, which became my forever goal. And before I attended my first summit that summer, I was a diamond coach, and I remember being up high, looking at the coaches on the floors, hearing the coach stories on the stage, and I just kept thinking, if that person can do it, I can do it. If that person can do it, I can do it. And I just adopted and embraced Team Beachbody. And I was working 60 hours a week behind the chair, cutting hair in the salon I owned at the time. I lived in a very, very small coastal town of 8,000 people. I think I had 300 Facebook friends. I was 44 years old. Age was a challenge for me in my head. And I just managed my time a little bit better, stopped watching TV, I got up earlier, and I loved what I was doing and helping others, so it never felt stressful. I just made time for it. And then at the end of that year, my husband and I hit a really rough patch in our marriage. I moved out of our home for over 2 months, and I didn't know if it was going to work. But I hadn't given up on my nutrition. I hadn't given up on my fitness. Why would I give up on my marriage? So we committed and we decided to make it work. And I had so much personal development under my belt at that time that it was important, it was worth it. It was a whole difference, right? And I finished that year as a premier coach.
Yeah, okay, so then we had an instance that occurred.
Yes, so start of 2014, everything was going beautiful. I was in the middle of P90X3. I started that year as a 3-star diamond coach. I had cut back at the salon for 20 hours a week. It was like vacation, and I just used that time for my Beachbody business. And then on March 12th of that year, my brother was a commercial fisherman in Alaska, just like you see on TV, The Deadliest Catch. That was his career of some 20-some years. I was notified that morning on March 12th that Eric had fallen off the boat he was working on. 36-degree water. I had just met his brand new baby, 5 weeks old. He left behind Bennett, 5 weeks old. They searched for him. When I was notified, they had been searching for him for 2 hours. They searched for another 12 hours, called off the search. He was never recovered. He was lost at sea. Eric was my only living family member left. My mom had died, our dad died when I was young. My world came to a halt. My heart shattered in a million pieces. Eric was my best friend. He was my rock. He was a beautiful, beautiful human being. He was the best daddy. And he was such a good person that I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to go on. I felt no joy, no love, no happiness, all I could feel was sadness coming over me, minute by minute, second by second, day by day. And I filled out my coach cancellation form. I didn't know how I could coach anymore. I didn't know how to give anybody anything. I had suicidal thoughts. I begged God to come and take me and bring Eric back. I prayed he was on some ice island somewhere. I could not believe. We knew the risks always, but we never thought it would ever happen to us. And I remember getting his eulogy together one morning and getting his photos together for his memorial service. And I got an email across my computer from corporate, Beachbody corporate, asking for people to register for PIO Live instructors at Summit that year. And I immediately, without thinking, sent in my registration form. It was very similar to when I ordered P90X. I knew I needed something to focus on. I had two choices. I was gonna feel sad and heartbroken going back to booze, which I took my first drink in 2 years when Eric died, and eating crappy, or I was gonna be sad and heartbroken if I drank a shake every day, got my workout in, worked on myself, got back in my challenge groups, which my team held together for me during this tragic time. So I slowly but surely committed, decided to get back in my challenge groups. And the amazing thing that I found was that it was so healing. Those times I was helping people in my group shortly after Eric's death. Oh, and I had that coach cancellation form, I ripped it up right when I sent in my registration for becoming a PIO Live instructor. And helping people, it just took the pain away for a while. I remember the first time I went back in my challenge group and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't feel so heavy, and I was heartbroken. That went away for a while, even if it was little brief moments of time when I was focused on working with those people. And I just had this positive association. It was healing me. And then I started sharing little bits and pieces of how I was getting through that tragic loss, overcoming my grief on social media, and people reached out to me. This Team Beachbody, I don't have much family left, but the support of people in this audience that I know who are here, some of them I don't even know, they donated to my brother's family. I have a family. I have a family in Team Beachbody. My team, we went on that year, my team, we finished that year, first time elite team, we went on to hit it again the year after, and then last year as well. And
Awesome. So you're a three-time elite coach. Let's quickly cover, what's your life different right now today?
I'm a full-time Beachbody coach. I sold my salon in 2016. I am confident. I am in the best shape of my life. And I have an amazing team. This feels like family to me. I thought I would be very nervous here, but I just feel like I just love you all. And we're so connected on so many levels, and I'm so very happy to know that my heart behaves its best when I am helping other people. And when I feel helpless, I help. And it heals me, and it helps me. And I am so glad and thankful and blessed that I decided and committed to helping people know that lifestyle diseases can be overcome and also prevented.
Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, Shelly Heim.